Hello there, Dillhouse Nation. I recently did something that really everybody should do. I went back and I watched a bunch of old Dillhouse videos because, I don't know, I'm an egomaniac, I guess. That included sitting through the hour-long video Dillhouse After Dark, which I made about 3 years ago. I don't want to spoil that video, but there was a discussion about SpongeBob SquarePants characters in it, which inspired the idea for today's video. Imagine that you become a cartoon character, you cease being a human being, and you're now a citizen of Bikini Bottom for the rest of your days. Just because you live under the sea now, that doesn't mean you can't get your dick wet. I guess your dick would always be wet if you live in the sea, but you know what I mean. So today we're going to have a look at some of the main cast of SpongeBob SquarePants, and we're going to rank them in terms of how much I would want to shag them. Alrighty, Roo, let's rock and roll. We'll go left to right, so we'll start with Mr. Krabs, who, to be honest, a bit of a hunk. Mr. Krabs, to me, radiates a lot of big dick energy. If you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. And if you look after the pennies really well, maybe Mr. Krabs might pound you. Well, you can pound him, he's got a hell of an ass. We'll go A. Can't be an S tier because it's not going to work out if he wants to give me a hand job, which I can't imagine he would. But if he did, that's a nightmare situation. I guess he could wear some oven mitts, but either way, we'll put him in A. Sandy Cheeks. I feel like this is your typical, if you're like a normie SpongeBob fan, it's pretty obvious that you just put her in S tier. And I am going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing. What Sandy Cheeks has going for her that some of these characters don't have is she's a mammal. We're living in Bikini Bottom now, so we obviously can't have our pick of fine human women. But shoot for the stars, and even if you miss, you're going to land on the moon. Aim for a human. And even if you can't have a human, put your dick in a squirrel. Pretty fine looking. She's a sassy southern belle of sorts. Next up, Patrick. Patrick concerns me because I'm not sure how with it he is up top. Dude seems a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Or a few, kelps. I don't know what the SpongeBob equivalent is. Is Patrick capable of giving consent? Because he behaves, in my opinion, a lot like a child. And he's also, not to body shame him, but he's not that fit. Sorry if I have any viewers that are pink starfish, but just know that you're not my type. We'll go C tier for Patrick. The man himself, SpongeBob SquarePants. In Dillhouse After Dark, I commented on the fact that SpongeBob realistically would be like the cum bucket of Bikini Bottom. You had the chum bucket run by Plankton, and then you had a really crusty sponge that everybody was just depositing loads into. I mean, look at the guys covered in orifices. Real hippie, free love types. They're gonna love them a bit of SpongeBob, because he can invite potentially 9 or 10 men in at once. That's not so much my vibe, but better than Patrick. I mean, he's more mentally there than Patrick, so we'll put him in B. Ooh, speaking of gangbangs, now we're on to Squidward tentacles. Squidward IRL would be a machine at the red light district over in Amsterdam. I've not paid money to see any sex workers, any ladies of the night, personally, but what I have done in Amsterdam is I've paid for admittance to what is essentially just a bunch of little booths in a circle where people are like fucking in the middle. Watch that for a little bit for a couple euros or whatever it cost. Riveting. And if you had that similar sort of setup in Bikini Bottom and it's just a bunch of fish in a circle and Squidward is sort of just jerking them all off at once, that's a license to print money. His nose also looks like a knob, so there's no shortage of implements that Squidward has to bring pleasure to you. Male or female, Squidward's going to be able to do something for you, that's all I'm saying. Put him up there, he's going to narrowly lose to Mr. Krabs, because I don't get big dick energy from Squidward. I think it's the fact he just wears the t-shirt so you can see his nether regions and there is no dick. Mr. Krabs, on the other hand, you can imagine he's absolutely packing. Alrighty, Roo, moving swiftly along, that's Barnacle Boy. Barnacle Boy doesn't do it for me at all. Little twig of a man. I haven't watched any SpongeBob 2 recently, so I can't remember if Barnacle Boy was canonically also really old like Mermaid Man was. I ain't really sure. He looks sort of like a boy. If he looks like a little boy but he is really old, that's just a nightmarish combo. Not really doing it for me. Put him down there with Patrick. Gary the Snail. So in this world we've constructed where we live in Bikini Bottom, it's understandable that we're going to try to have our way with other members of the town. Mammal, squid, barnacle, but I still draw a line at Gary the Snail. In the show, Gary was obviously like a dog. I mean, he was obviously first and foremost a snail, but the relationship he had with SpongeBob, he was very much SpongeBob's pet. So if I'm putting myself in a world where I'm able to hypothetically shag SpongeBob, I don't want to put myself in a world where I'm doing like hypothetical bestiality. So that would be D tier for Gary. Karen the computer. Anyone called Karen has just got a bad rap these days because of just culture. Karen was, in a way, the original clanker. I don't really fuck with clankers. I'll pop Karen along with Gary the snail in D tier. Next up, we've got Mermaid Man. Mermaid Man was definitely supposed to be old within the show. So there's no question mark about whether, like, is he a boy? So ethically and legally, I think I have to rank Mermaid Man higher than Barnacle Boy. Pop him in B. Next up, Mrs. Puff. I've never had any interest in learning how to drive IRL. That might change if I'm living in Bikini Bottom and I've got Mrs. Puff as a teacher. Plus, she can also do that freaky shit where she goes like... and like blows up and becomes massive. Did she put a thumb in her mouth when she did that? I don't fucking remember. I haven't watched this children's show in a long while. She could inflate, I know that. She could get massive. Look, I'm a lot like Charles Gunn from the TV show Angel. I'm a feeder. I like for people to get big for me. So if Mrs. Puff's willing to do the like supersized inflation shit in the bedroom, that's going to land her in S tier with the sassy Southern Belle. Larry the Lobster. Larry was sort of like the Chad of Bikini Bottom. He was like the cool kid. SpongeBob was more like, you know, SpongeBob might tell you not to go to school tomorrow because he likes you now. Me personally, in high school, I was a loner. I was a reject. I was a stoner. Or whatever. I don't really fuck with Larry the Lobster. He looks pretty ripped, to be fair to him, but I'm not really interested. Same as with Mr. Krabs, he's not going to be able to give me a hand job, and your boy loves a good handy. So we'll pop him in B alongside SpongeBob. B tier looks like a little classroom or something. You got the teacher there, Mermaid Man, and then you got your jock and your nerd. Oh, who fucks in a pineapple under the sea? Me in this painting, apparently. I don't want to unpack the whole, like, how magical is this world scenario where I'm able to have sex with these creatures. I mean, it is a framed painting, so a bit of a buzzkill. But also potentially just phenomenal head, and he's man-made, so I've got to put him one tier above the clanker. Next up, speaking of great head, Daddy's Little Pearl. Looks like she could give you a mean blowjob. Just the vibe I'm getting. We'll go A tier for Pearl. And then finally we've got Plankton. Now in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the spin-off show Angel, they had a character in Charles Gunn who was obviously a feeder. They didn't have any characters, to my knowledge, who were really into vor. I haven't finished watching Angel yet, so maybe in season 5 someone will pop up. And if they do, maybe I'll re-rank Plankton higher. But as things stand at the moment, I'm going to pop him in the D tier alongside his beautiful bride. So there we go. That is really beautiful stuff. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you think I got any of these wrong, or failing that, any other shows where I should rank how much I would like to fuck all of the characters. That could be fun. Or just whatever. Au revoir.